Hi guys. Welcome to my channel The Global Borderline. Today, we're uncovering why Americans are being watched more closely at airports in 2025, and what it means for the future of travel. Something has changed in 2025. If you're an American traveler, you've probably felt it. Longer lines, more questions. Eyes watching you even before you step into the airport. Why? Because U.S. citizens are now under tighter scrutiny at both domestic and international airports. But what's behind this silent crackdown? Let's dig in. Disclaimer for this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It draws on public reporting, commentary, and tourism data available at the time of publication. It does not offer legal advice or guarantee accuracy. Thumbnails may include stylized or AI-generated imagery. Always do your own research. Let's start with what's happening at home. According to a March 2025 report by The Washington Post, the TSA has quietly rolled out predictive behavior analytics in over 25 major airports. This AI-powered system scans how you walk, how long you linger, and even facial micro-expressions, flagging anyone who appears nervous or evasive. Now, on paper it sounds like safety, but many civil rights advocates are concerned. Is this protection or profiling? The U.S. Department of Homeland Security says these new measures are meant to detect threats before they happen. But in practice, ordinary Americans are being flagged more often for doing nothing wrong. A retired schoolteacher from Ohio shared her story with NBC News. She was pulled aside for a random check after walking slowly toward her gate. She had a sore knee. Where does this end? And it's not just behavioral tracking. Facial recognition tech has gone mainstream in 2025. In a piece by Forbes, it was revealed that U.S. Customs now uses biometric data at over 90% of international terminals. That means your face is scanned, compared to a massive database, and used to track your movements. That's convenient for boarding. But it also raises serious questions about privacy, consent, and where that data goes. So what about when Americans travel abroad? In 2025, several countries have quietly placed extra checks on U.S. passport holders. For example, Germany's federal police, as reported by DW News, have introduced travel history checks specifically for travelers from North America. If your passport shows certain Middle Eastern or African stamps, expect questions. In Dubai, travelers have reported increased secondary screenings for Americans, especially solo male travelers. And in China, according to South China Morning Post, new security protocols have led to longer interrogations for Americans in major airports like Beijing and Shanghai. Is this about diplomacy, trade tensions, or something deeper? Experts suggest this is a symptom of rising geopolitical tension. Think about it. China and the U.S. are in a silent tech war. Russia's relations with the West have fractured post-Ukraine. And trust in American foreign policy has dropped in many countries. These tensions don't stay in government offices. They follow travelers to airport terminals. Now, before we get too alarmed, let's be fair. Some of this increased surveillance is about stopping crime and terrorism. In fact, the FBI's Joint Task Force claims several suspicious behaviors were flagged before potential threats occurred, especially around international flights. They point to one case in February, where a traveler was caught smuggling illegal tech devices due to biometric alerts. So yes, some of this is working. But the question is, at what cost to your personal freedom? If you're flying in 2025, here's what you should do. Arrive early. Extra screening can delay even the most prepared traveler. Stay calm, even if questioned. Be mindful of your travel history. Some stamps might raise eyebrows. And most importantly, know your rights. Groups like the Electronic Frontier Foundation and ACLU regularly publish traveler guidelines that help you understand what customs officers can and cannot do. Airports are no longer just places of transit. They're now political zones, where the tension of global affairs is scanned, stored, and sorted person by person. So if you feel watched in 2025, it's because you probably are. Stay informed. Travel smart. If this helped you, like and subscribe. And let me know your experience in the comments below. Have you noticed more airport checks lately?